The following is a collection of 22 questions asked by self-identifying creationists at the debate between Ken Ham and Bill Nye in Kentucky on February 4th. The pictures were taken by Matt Stopera of BuzzFeed.com. You can find his webpage here. I've decided to answer the questions as a layperson, so that should any of these people find my video, they'll be able to relate to the answers in the same manner they were asked. I hope you enjoy. Bill Nye, are you influencing the minds of children in a positive way? There is no more positive influence on a child's mind than to provide them with the tools they'll need to not only survive, but hopefully succeed in life. In this rapidly changing world, the importance of being able to make informed and rational decisions can't be understated. A secular education is just that, secular. It's not anti-religious, and it certainly doesn't teach atheism. It's ideally designed to prepare children for the world they'll have to survive in as adults, and that naturally includes an honest and hopefully accurate presentation of our accumulated knowledge. So yes, Bill Nye is influencing the minds of children in a positive way. Are you scared of a divine creator? Assertions that I should be frightened of the God of the Bible merely reinforce my opinion that if he actually existed, he would be anything but what a fundamentalist Christian claims he is. Is it completely illogical that the earth was created mature, i.e., trees created with rings, Adam created as an adult? Aside from the fact that I as a human being only possess a subjective viewpoint, I can't say whether something is completely illogical or not. I can only offer reasons why I don't accept a claim when it's made by someone else with a subjective viewpoint, considering that the available evidence provides an overwhelmingly strong case that the earth was not created mature. I think a better word than illogical would be nonsensical. Does not the second law of thermodynamics disprove evolution? The second law of thermodynamics describes the limitations of a closed system. The Earth is constantly receiving energy from the Sun and the cosmos, so life on Earth is not a closed system. Therefore, the second law of thermodynamics does not disprove evolution. How do you explain a sunset if there is no God?
I have a friend who's an artist, and he's sometimes taken a view which I don't agree with very well. He'll hold up a flower and say, "Look how beautiful it is," and I'll agree. And he says, "You see, as I as an artist can see how beautiful this is, but you as a scientist, take this all apart and it becomes a dull thing." And I think that he's kind of nutty. First of all, the beauty that he sees is available to other people and to me too. I believe, although I may not be quite as refined as aesthetically as he is, that I can appreciate the beauty of a flower. At the same time, I see much more about the flower than he sees. I could imagine the cells in there, the complicated actions inside, which also have a beauty. I mean, it's not just beauty at this dimension of 1 centimeter. There's also beauty at a smaller dimensions. The inner structure, also the processes, the fact that the colors and the flower evolved in order to attract insects to pollinate it is interesting. It means that insects can see the color. It adds a question. Does this aesthetic sense also exist in the lower forms? Why is it aesthetic? All kinds of interesting questions which the science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower. It only adds. I don't understand how it subtracts.
If the Big Bang Theory is true and taught as science along with evolution, why do the laws of thermodynamics debunk said theories? I've already answered this one with regards to evolution, and when it comes to the Big Bang Theory, the principle still applies. We have insufficient justification to support the claim that our universe is a closed system, at least not currently. What about noetics? This one I had to look up. I'm not going to pretend like I knew what that word meant. According to the Friends of the Institute of Noetic Sciences, noetics means explorations into the nature and potentials of consciousness using multiple ways of knowing, including intuition, feeling, reason, and the senses. Noetic sciences explore the inner cosmos of the mind/consciousness/soul/spirit and how it relates to the outer cosmos of the physical world. So to answer the question, I'm going to quote Michael Shermer and call it woo. As far as I can tell, consciousness is a function of the brain. If you want to say that since we're part of the universe is thinking when we think, and is thus itself conscious, or that this proves a god somehow, I consider that just another top-down attempt to explain the unexplainable. Where do you derive objective meaning in life? I don't. Meaning is a subjective term and it's subjectively derived. Now, as for where I derive subjective meaning in life, I consider the most important goal anyone can have, from my own perspective, is trying to make the world a better place, in whatever way they think that's best going to happen. That's it. If God did not create everything, how did the first single-celled organism originate? By chance? Honestly, we don't know. But every time we've looked for an explanation for something and found it, it was a natural explanation. No supernatural cause of anything has ever been discovered. So until that changes, we're just going to have to admit we don't know. I believe in the Big Bang Theory. God said it, and bang, it happened. Yeah, I have a Big Bang Theory too. It involves my hand and my forehead. Why do evolutionists/secularists/humanists/non-God-believing people reject the idea of there being a creator God, but embrace the concept of intelligent design from aliens or other extraterrestrial sources? It's not like everyone who doesn't include a God in their worldview accepts that there are aliens or that life came from somewhere other than Earth. But to answer the question in favor of those who do consider that type of idea at least possible, once again, a natural explanation has always been more likely than a supernatural one. It's that simple. There is no in-between. The only one found has been Lucy, and there are only a few pieces of the hundreds necessary for an official proof. I'm not going to bother listing all of the examples of transitional fossils that disprove this statement, nor will I go through the genetic proof of human common descent. Go Google the website for the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. Look under Evidence and Genetics. I have no sympathy for someone who can't use the internet to find the raw data, but rather simply browses creationist talking points looking for gotcha arguments that an 8-year-old could refute with a couple of clicks of a mouse. Does metamorphosis help support evolution? This is a creationist talking point that doesn't appear very often, and you'll soon see why. The claim is that animals who undergo a metamorphosis, such as a tadpole into a frog, or a caterpillar into a butterfly, account for supposed transitional forms in the fossil record or something along those lines. What its few proponents aren't taking into consideration are the methods of establishing whether the animal was a juvenile or an adult by dating the bones. So no, metamorphosis presents no real problem for evolution. If evolution is a theory, like creationism or the Bible, why then is evolution taught as fact? Yes, evolution is a theory. But here once again we find the ill-informed misuse of the term theory. A scientific theory is the best explanation for what has been proven to occur. It's also a way to predict what will occur in the future and often what has occurred in the past, based on what we've proven to be true so far. The scientific theory of evolution is proven to be true every day, and has been for 150 years. Its predictive capacity is second to none, and it's taught as a fact because the process works. Creationism has no such predictive capabilities, and furthermore, the Bible is thoroughly refuted by a great deal of what's been proven so far, in just about every discipline of scientific endeavor. Because science by definition is a theory, not testable, observable, nor repeatable, why do you object to creationism or intelligent design being taught in school? Science, or more specifically methodological naturalism, is not a theory, it's a method. Reading these signs makes me weep bitter tears for the American education system. What mechanism has science discovered that evidences an increase of genetic information seen in any genetic mutation or evolutionary process? Here's another one of those gotcha questions. Do a Google search for evolution proof of new information. Take your time. Oh, I'm sorry, did you come up with genuine scientific data rather than creationist propaganda? Funny how that happens when you actually look for information. What purpose do you think you are here for if you do not believe in salvation? I don't think we're here for a purpose. That was simple. And the whole salvation thing where we have to be saved by God for what God will do to us if we don't ask to be saved because of what God did to us. It's just not working for me. Why have we found only one Lucy when we have found more than one of everything else? Once again, it's Google search time. Look for how many Australopithecus have been found. Oh, and sorry, but you're probably going to get more of those pesky scientific results. Can you believe in the Big Bang without faith?
And so we have to challenge our beliefs every single day. That's what science is all about. There are no scientific ideologies, and in fact, the reason science had progressed and theology hasn't, the reason we have video cameras and lights and medicine and make our lives, and we can feed more people and live longer, healthier lives, is because science changes. The great thing about science is there are no unshakable truths.
How can you look at the world and not believe someone created/thought of it? It's amazing. Because I have no problem admitting that I don't know something and I can accept mystery for what it is. The unknown doesn't frighten me. Relating to the Big Bang Theory, where did the exploding star come from? Aside from the fact that in no way did it qualify as a star, we don't know where it came from. If we came from monkeys, then why are there still monkeys? The most effective answer that I've heard goes like this. If most Americans came from Europe, why are there still Europeans? So what have we learned? Like Ken Ham, the self-identifying creationists in these photos have all of the answers to their questions readily available, just as I do, just as you do. Why don't they go look them up? That, my friends, is the real question.